Okay, chat, welcome back to the Nerd Cave. Sorry about that. I guess just the reboot after the Windows update didn't take very well, so I think things are going okay now. It's not screaming at me about frame drops or anything, so hopefully we can just carry on. Yeah, my rendering time is decent. Okay, so just let me know if you have any problems with the video or the audio, and we'll take it from there. So we got a lot to catch up on today. Pringlemancer's going to get his keys, I think, today. So we're going to have to go kind of quick. One thing is I changed which side the camera was on, the face cam, so that I don't have to look to this side to do stuff with the stream and this side to talk to you guys, because that was getting really annoying, so I stopped that. So I should have done that to begin with, but I'm kind of a dummy. Anyway, let's get on with getting on. All right, so over the past couple of weeks I finished putting the flocking on here, so we got some nice moss on this and here. So is that too bright? Can you guys see that? It's really bright on my preview, so I'm not. Oh, let me turn that off first of all. I don't need that light. That's my mini painting light. That needs to get out of the way. So anyway, got the stuff on there, the flock. So that part's fini, and I did the thing here. Now, I know last time we talked about doing like a starburst pattern around here. Did you guys really think that I was going to be able to do that? No. That didn't happen. That was going to take a year. So it's just straight across here, and then I put a couple of little things in here for a dais that we're going to put the bowl on to make it look nice. So that's where the scrying bowl is going to go, but we have to do a little bit of staining here. So first thing we're going to do though is, I am really not happy with the top here. It's just, see, this part looks good, this boring. So we're gonna check out some ways to make that better. So I'm gonna get some of my, where is it? I use some of my chipboard here. We're gonna get this going. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some chipboard and some this stuff to put some wood detail around the top here, just to give it some more visual interest, because it's really boring. I don't like it. So let's see, I need a pencil. And how tall do we want to make this? Make it 5 mils. Does that sound right, chat? Sounds right to me. Sound right to you, chat? All right, so we've got that. Where's my wonderful Olfa knife from Nightheart Gaming? Use this thing. I haven't been using the big one so much as the little one. I thought I would use the big one a lot. Turns out the little one has been fantastically useful, more so than the big one. In fact, it's so useful that I've now dulled the blade, and I'm gonna have to do something about that pretty soon. Boy, I have made a mess of this. I didn't hold this ruler very well. Let's try this again, shall we, chat? That was just a horrid mess. What am I doing? Video still doing okay, chat? Doesn't seem to be yelling at me. I think the reboot helped. Stupid Windows updates. messing with my stuff. I hate when Windows tries to help me out. They always screw it up. Alright, chat. We're gonna get this right this time. Don't let me screw this up, chat. Alright? Here we go. Not quite hard enough there. It's fine, chat. It's fine. I got this. Alright. So what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna give it a little bit of a curve. You know, like how when you have to curl the things when you're wrapping presents, you curl the ribbons. Kind of doing that here, but with chipboard. So we give it a little bit of a curl, and then this is going to line the bottom and the top. Yeah, I'm going to need some more pieces though. So we're going to cut several of these, 4 of these to be precise, so that we can go around the whole bottom and the top. $5 mil, right? That's what we said, right, chat? $5 mil. So I know my friends at Nightheart Gaming are probably still at ReaperCon having a good time. I know they're painting lots of minis and just having a grand time at ReaperCon. One of these years, I'm going to go to that. I would love to go to that. And so, I'm going to plan to do that before too long. Hopefully. We'll see. But I'd love to go to ReaperCon. That would be a huge amount of fun. Right, chat? I think so. All right. Do 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 do. Just gonna stay on the table, camera. There we go. Good camera. So you want to give this stuff a little bend like this, because if you just try to wrap it around before you do this, it'll crease, and that's no good. So you give it a little bend. If you don't have fingernails, you can do it with some scissors like this, just like you do with presents. But you want to do it really light. Do a little bit at a time, because you don't want to scrape all the cardboard off. That's why I like to do it with fingernails, because they're softer and they don't do damage. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents on how you should run your life. Wait, what? Run your life with fingernails instead of scissors? Is that how we do it? I don't know. Is that how we do it? Alright, one more of these and we'll be good to go. Alright. Okay, last one, I promise, chat. Last one. Unless I mess it up. Chat, I messed it up. No, I'm kidding. I never mess up. Never mess up, chat. You know that. Alright, so get this out of the way, because I don't need that anymore for now. And I don't need to measure things, which is good, because, you know, I can't count. Alright, so I'm going to use some of this Aleene's tacky glue. I found this stuff in the dollar store. I'd never used it before. I've just been using white glue. But I'm kind of in love with this stuff because it's like white glue with half the water in it. So things stick a lot faster, which makes a lot of this stuff a lot easier. I mean, there's still good reasons to use white glue in some places, like putting flock down and stuff. A lot of times just regular white glue is going to work better because you want it to kind of flow a little bit, but for things like this, sticky glue is a godsend. Although it is a little hard to get it out of the... I don't know, should I use my high temp glue gun for this?
No.
I mean, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? So we're just going to get some glue all the way up here. We don't need a lot. It's just a piece of cardboard. It's not like I'm trying to hold two pieces of steel together. Now, if I were designing an actual tower, this section would not make a lick of sense because you wouldn't put wood framing over a stone tower in real life. But that's okay, chat. What we're trying to do is just give some more visual interest to this dull, flat thing up here. So we're gonna make things up. Plus the fact this is a wizard's tower, so you know, weird things happen. I may have to go back and put some more glue on that because I can't hold it and do this at the same time. So come on, glue. Alright, so we're just going to go top and bottom on this. And we're going to have to go take care of the other side in a minute. Alright, so I can use some clothespins up here to hold things while it sets. Yeah, okay, that's good there. It's good there. That's good, chat. Don't worry, chat. It's all good. All right. And then I'm gonna have to use my little fingies to hold this. Oh nope. That glue's setting up pretty quick, so I may not have to use my little fingies. Alright, so we gotta get this part. So how long do we need? Those edges don't match up real well. I may have to trim this a little bit, chat. Also, wasn't enough glue on the end there. One thing about this glue that I don't like is, holy crap, it's hard to get out. It is really thick. That was a little too much glue. It's fine, chat. Don't worry. Don't worry, chat. You worry too much, chat. It's fine. Alright. Just gonna hang on to this for just a minute. It's not hot glue, so I can do that. You guys know how I am with the hot glue, right? Alright, chat. Okay, so now let us cut us another piece here. Alright, so I need it to be stay. Just need my pencil, chat, don't worry. Alright, there we go. Good thing about cardboard is scissors will cut it. Why is that a good thing about cardboard? I don't know, but it is. Isn't that good, chat? Alright, yeah. We're gonna get this top of this tower looking way better. Now we're cooking. Probably should have done the top first so that I could put the clothespins on that while I worked on the bottom, because now I'm gonna have to hold this for a minute. Fortunately not too long. If this was white glue, I'd be sitting here for like 10 minutes holding this stuff. So if you're working on this stuff, get some tacky glue. Doesn't have to be this brand, but some tacky glue of some type is, I've discovered, a necessity for doing this kind of stuff. It saves you so much time and headache. Okay. Don't worry, Chad. It's going to look a lot better than this when I get it done. Is it possible that I have enough of this to get around here? If that works out, I'm going to just... Chat, look what we did. How could I get that lucky? I'm going to buy a lottery ticket because dang, that was lucky. Look what we did, chat. It fits perfectly. So here we go. We're just going to glue this. On the here. We'll just move the pins over a little bit. Very good. Very good. Alright, chat. Look at that. Saved me a whole snip with the scissors. But hey, you know, every little bit helps. Alright, so now, to keep working on this top part, we've got our little holder for our gibbet that needs to go over here. Right? So we're going to glue that on. And we're going to get to the rest of the framing, but I need to know where this is so that I can get the framing to look right. Also, we may put some more braces on this, but it turns out that this thing came out fairly sturdy, so I'm not as worried about it as I thought I would have to be. So we're going to put this just like this. See that, chat? See that? See, we're covering the seam up, getting that straight so that we don't have to worry about that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some more things in here and kind of just to give it some interest. So I'm gonna start here and put them around this thing. So I need to know. Also, I'm wondering, should I put a center bar around here? I don't know. Should I do it, chat? Or is that just more trouble than it's worth? I don't know. It might look pretty decent. This thing is quite crooked. That's better. There we go. There we go. Can't have it crooked, chat. But should I put a center around there? Nah. There's no need. There's no need. If I need more interest, I can just make more designs with these things. So, we're going to start cutting and gluing these little buggers. And I'll try to keep this way so you can see what I'm doing. I mean, it's only fair. You come in to watch me, so, you know, it's only fair that I let you see what I'm doing, right? Or should I just hide it for weeks and then give you one final reveal at the end? No, I don't think that would work very well. So what's going to end up happening here, chat, is that this, because this was way too gray up here, which meant that there was way too much gray on the entire thing. And so we had a little bit of brown down here with the doors and some colors, but we didn't have anything on the top. So this whole thing was just kind of unbalanced. So what we're going to do is these wood pieces are all going to get painted wood brown, a dark brown, to put some of that color up here and balance this whole thing out a little better. Because all the color was down at the bottom, and this just had no visual interest in it. All right, so I'm going to put one on the other side as well. And I'm just cutting each of these to fit. I'm not going to try to mass produce them because they won't fit. Well, they probably won't fit then. Maybe they will. Should I just try to mass produce them, chat? Should I just not worry about it and just do it? I think you're right, chat. I think I should just do that. We'll just do quite a few. Excuse me. I think I just sucked in some sawdust or something. Dang. Let's see if we can get this done quicker this way. Is this the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. It is, it is. So I can actually get some more out of this too. Okay. Cool. I mean, we won't try to do all of them at once, but we can get quite a few here and start seeing how this thing looks, because it looks good in my head, but it might completely suck in real life. We'll just have to see. That's part of the fun of doing this stuff. You just experiment, find out what works, find out a lot more about what doesn't work, and do it anyway. Right, chat? I mean, it's my world, I'll do what I like, right? I'm building this thing. I'm going to try some other fun new things too with this gibbet and see, because I wasn't excited about how my original plan for getting that thing mounted, so we're going to see if I can do this a little better. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, let's see how we're doing with this. So, first thing I'm wondering is how far apart do I want these things? Maybe something like that. Sure. So I need to, this will be easier if I come up with a way to measure this. Or should I just eyeball it? I don't eyeball it. I mean, honestly. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? Nothing on this tower has been perfect. Why would I start now? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself like a big old crazy person. All right. There's our first one. Yay, chat, we did it. How exciting is that? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh. Man. Come on out of the bottle there, buddy. All right. Let's see. That looks about right, doesn't it, chat? Does that look about right? Looks about right to me. I'll take it. Yep. I'm good with that. Oh. So sitting in the nerd cave today, I've got a new essential oil being shot at me through my diffuser, frankincense. I haven't tried that one before, but I have to tell you, it smells pretty good. Honestly, it's kind of making me hungry. I don't even know really what frankincense is, other than it's some kind of smelly thing, I guess. And wise men carried it. I don't know. Don't know what it is. So these little wooden stir sticks, sometimes they're not the best at being straight. So A, you have to kind of pick and choose the ones you want, but B, even when you think you got a straight one, a lot of times they're not quite. But it's fine, chat. We'll carry on, because we are going to get this done today. It's gonna happen. All right, get one over here. Cool. Put another one over here. All right. Here we go. That look about right, chat? Looks about right to me. All right, so so this is the front of the tower. This is what most of the time you're going to see displayed. So I'm going to go around this way so that I can get these things spaced properly here, so that if I have spacing yep, that's what I said. If I have spacing issues, they'll show up they'll be on the back here where they won't be as noticeable. So that's why I'm working both sides of this instead of just going around. Hey, didn't I put one on the other side of this? Or, oh, I meant to, and I didn't. I messed up, chat. Oh, no. It's fine, chat. Don't worry about it. Look. Look. It's fine, chat. Nobody will ever know that happened, because there won't be a recorded version of this that anybody can go back and look at and see that I messed up. So it's fine, chat. Don't worry about it. Chat, you worry too much. Come on, I promise it's going to be okay. All right, try this again, because that was supposed to go there. We're going to put a little bit more stuff up there, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're just going to get the main framework done, then we'll do some detail stuff and make it nice and visually interesting up here instead of this boring flat Garbage. Does that look about right, chat? I don't know. You tell me. Is that okay? Is this stuff too bright, chat? Or is it just my preview screen is blowing it out? Do I need to... Here. Oh. I think that's a little better, isn't it? Yeah, that was way too much light. Sorry, chat. Is that better? Can you see now? Alright. So we're going to do everything on the cheap here. These are just wooden coffee stir sticks. You know, and cardboard around here. Because why spend money when you don't have to? Right, chat? See, now this one's not quite long enough. Did I that's why, oh my gosh, that's not even close to long enough. All right, so we're just gonna have to measure these individually. It's fine, chat, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, chat, it's fine. We'll just, you know, it's okay. So you just take one of these, you make a little mark, and you cut it. Not a big deal, right, chat? I mean, oi! There you go. All fixed. See, when you make a mistake, just fix it and move on with life, you know? That's good life advice from your old buddy Terrainoob. Not that anybody ever listens to my life advice, or advice of any kind for that matter, but there it is. So all right, that's already looking a lot better than that flat boring stone thing. And I mean, it's not realistic, but who cares, chat? I mean, this is my fantasy wizard tower. How realistic is any of it? I mean, I've got blue and turquoise and purple stones on it. Honestly, chat, what are you doing complaining about realism? That's crazy. Look how easy this is, chat. This isn't even tediously time consuming. It's flying by pretty well. I am not unhappy about how this is working at all. Are you, chat? You shouldn't be. You should be ecstatic about this. Are you ecstatic, chat? Well, why not? Why aren't you ecstatic? It's ecstaticizing. Why aren't you? Why, chat? Nobody wants to talk to me today. Usually it's a madhouse and I can't get people to shut up, and nobody wants to talk today. What is up? So look, chat, we've got a hurricane bearing down on us. So we're not going to have D&D tomorrow because we can't get everybody together safely while we've got nasty weather hanging over our heads. And, you know, not like thunderstorms, but like hurricane. I'm sure you guys have seen there's a hurricane. So, and we're right in the middle of it. Well, gonna be. Projected path. They still don't really know, but looks like gonna hit us. So, we're just gonna cancel D&D tomorrow. Probably instead, we're going to, assuming we still have power, we're going to play some WoW Classic. We're just going to get on there and do our WoW Classic party and have some fun and hang out on WoW Classic. Because we can do that without having to be all in the same place. So, maybe you can stop by for that tomorrow. It'll be at the same time, 4 o'clock, our 4 o'clock time tomorrow, Eastern. But, you know, I know you guys were wanting to see the D&D, but safety first, right? Right, we're going to move this a little because I've only got one more after this, and I want it to be... I want to be 2 off. So the wife went out and got a bunch of sandbags yesterday to prep for the storm. We got our cars all filled up with gas, which was, you know, a kind of a nightmare, because when a storm like that is coming, people go nuts and gas just disappears, as does most of the stuff in the grocery stores. But you know, what are you gonna do? So we got that all filled up. We got our sandbags so we won't have flooding issues in the house. And it's got, well, it's just crazy around here right now. But we figured tomorrow we better be safe than sorry. So we'll just do some WoW Classic. And hey, if anybody wants to come hang out, we're on Chrome Crush. Come and say hi. We're friendly. We won't bite. Okay, so this should be the last one of these. So I'm going to go back and forth on a few things today because I want to make sure we get this done, but there's going to be drying times involved between glue and paint. So I'll work on this, then let this glue dry, and do something else, then let that dry and come back to this, and then so we're going to be bouncing around a little bit today, chat, with this stuff. I mean, it's all going to be on the tower, but just different parts. All right. So that's way more visually interesting than what we had. Did I lose? Oh, it came off already. All right, so I probably should have waited to do the flock after this because I'm knocking some of it off, but it's all right. It's fine, chat. It's fine. I'll touch it up later. Don't worry about it, chat. Chat, you worry too much. All right, so we have got... See, I'm wondering if I should do some more stuff in here. I mean, it's going to take longer. Well, for one thing, we want to do... I think we want to do something in here, because that would have some stuff to keep it from falling apart. It's going to have extra, you know what I'm saying, chat. You know what I'm saying. Just trust me. That was the piece, chat. That finished the whole thing right there. That was it. You saw it. You saw it here first. That was the piece we were missing. Right? No? Okay. I just think I should do some more visually interesting things here. So, try to get some of these the same length-ish. Just has to be ish. Same length-ish, chat. Ish is fine. I don't know if you noticed this, chat, but I'm still talking to myself. It's kind of weird. But I'm kind of weird, so I don't care. We're just going to get some more visual interest going on up here, chat. We're not going to make it complicated. Well, I probably eventually will make it complicated because that's just what I do, but, you know, let's see if we can not. Alright, so if I just pop some 45s on here. I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't have to be exact. I mean, geez. Come on, chat. Okay, I eyeballed a little bit wrong. These need to be a little bit shallower angles. I don't know how well that's going to work, chat. Because it's going to be hard to get these. Does it need it? Am I making things too complicated, chat? What do you think? Is that going to look better if I do this stuff? Is it worth it? Maybe at least on the front, right? Because we would want to have some more. Okay, yeah, all right, chat. I'm going to do it on the front. I'm just going to do these because that'll give some more visual interest, and there's a reason to have that. Because we've got this thing in here, they would want some more bracing for it, so it just makes sense. Plus, it'll help kind of focus interest on this point right here, which is something that we want, right, chat? Right, Terrainoob? You're so right. You're always right, Terrainoob. We love you. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Love you too. Yes, chat. I'm nuts. Talk to myself and, you know, stuff. It's fine. It's fine, chat. What have I done? Chat, what have I done? What have I done with my angles here? How have I screwed this up? How have I screwed this up? Well, for one thing, all right, that's still too. This is not the thing I wanted to be fighting with. This should have been easy. Chat, why do you let me go down these roads? Got this, chat. It's fine, chat. It's fine, chat. Jeez. So worried about everything. Now, the problem is, how am I going to get this? I wonder how am I going to hold this down while it's drying, because that's a lot of pressure trying to come against that curve. Let's see if we can just work a little bend into here so we don't have that problem. I don't want to snap them, I just want to get it a little bit bent. Yeah, that'll work way better. All right, there we go, chat. We fixed the problem. See, chat? You just fix the problem. That's what you do. There. I mean, it's a little bit off, but who cares? I mean, honestly, chat, who cares? Right? It doesn't matter. And that's a little short, so this one maybe? Maybe. Yep, that'll work. Alright, chat, instead of messing around with eyeballing, I'll do it the right way. God. All this pressure. Good Lord. All right, here we go. Bend this a little bit. Don't want to snap it. Okay. Alright, so now we've got a much better looking exterior on the top there. I have to hold that for a second. Let it tack up a bit more. Alright, so let me... Where's my top for that? There it is. Burp. Okay. So now, I think we're good on that little project. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stain this thing. So we've got our wonderful magic... That's not my stain. Where's my stain? Where's my stain? What do I do with it? Because that's not my stain. Hold on, chat. Let me look at my cabinet. Oh no, tell me I didn't take that upstairs. That would be stupid. Chat, why'd you let me do that? Alright, fine. Plan B then. Plan B, chat. When things don't come out the way you want to, just go to plan B. Alright, so I need a little palette. 6 of these for $1 at the dollar store. Nice, huh? I like it. We are going to, instead of staining it, we'll just paint it. It's fine, chat. Don't worry about it. What brush do I want to use? I think I'm going to just use this. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to use this burnt umber. Oh gosh, is there anything in there? Is there anything wet in there? Ew, look at that. It's pretty gross. Okay, this bottle ain't gonna work. Let me get I know there's another bottle in there of this. One sec, chat. Be right back. Okay, so where are ya? This will work just as good. Alright. Okay, chat. Here we go. So we got just this dark chocolate brown. Where's my camera? There it is. See? Just dark chocolate. It's just a dark brown. Nothing fancy. We're gonna make some wood here. We're gonna paint some wood. It's all cool, chat. So we're gonna water this down. Why am I doing this the hard way? And I've got a mix. This is my Flow-Aid mix. So because I want this to be kind of flowy. Because it's wood, so I want it a little watered down. And I want it to get in all the little cracks and crevices, so we're just going to use our Flow-Aid mix. It's still too thick. That's better. Yeah. Alright, we're just going to glop this on, chat. This doesn't have to be complicated. Why are you trying to make it complicated? Now I'm going to try to not paint all the other stuff. Don't worry, we'll highlight this. It's okay, chat. We'll get there. I promise. So this is helping to bring those brown colors from the bottom that we had on the doors and stuff up to the middle and the top, so it helps balance the piece, because it was just really unbalanced and weird looking, and I just couldn't have that, chat. It was bothering me. So I'm not going to make these things wood. I'm going to make them metal that the scrying bowl sits on. Alright, so because we got some Flow-Aid here, we're pretty liquid. So I can put some blotchiness in here, which is what I kind of want, because that helps kind of shade it and give the illusion of wood. I mean, shouldn't have to give the illusion of wood. This is wood, but we don't want it that light color. So we're just blotching it up, right? So it looks a little more woodish. And where the paint's dried up too much, I just get a little water on my brush and go over it, and I'll lift some paint up. There, that's looking pretty good. So now we need to do that for these things up here. I have to be a little careful because I really don't want to get this wood on this color on the gray, but I want to make sure we get the sides here. Now we can do a wash over this, which we will do because we want to put some shadow behind these planks, rods, sticks. I don't know what you'd call them. Anyway, we will do that. Promise, chat. We're just base coating here. Just base coat. That's all we're doing. Now when you use this flow aid mix to mix your paints, you got to be a little careful because it does kind of give it the properties of a wash, even though it's still pretty thick paint. The pigment is pretty thick. It does flow kind of like a wash, so you want to be careful to control where the paint's going. And I'm getting a little sloppy in some places, but don't worry about it, Chad. It's fine, because we're just going right over the edge, and we are going to use like a black wash here to kind of blend this all together anyway. So the black wash will cover up those blemishes, so you don't need to worry, chat. Promise it'll be good. Promise. And this little thing is popping up. I'm gonna have to may have to do a little work on that, because I'm gonna have to have something to hold it down. So item 1 on the punch list. That's kind of sloppy. I just don't want that bright tan wood showing too much, because that was just too bright. We need to darken it. But this is coming along pretty well, right, chat? I think this is looking much better up here than the old boring gray thing. And this may be a little early to be painting this because the glue probably hasn't thoroughly dried, but it's fine. It's not that much paint, and I shouldn't be wetting things up too bad. And it was tacky glue, so it's mostly dry. But I'm being impatient because I want to make sure we get this done today, and there's still some more stuff to do. Oh, so I don't know about you, chat, but for me, it's really satisfying to get a good, smooth paint on things. And then to, you know, screw it up and go too far with it. But it's fine, chat. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to straighten all that out. It's okay. Just make sure I didn't miss any bits here. Alright, so I gotta fix this little thing popping up, but that's looking way better, isn't it, chat? Way more interesting than that just flat stone mess. Okay. So, let me see if I can get this thing glued back down. So I need to put that back on there before it all evaporates away. So, come on out. You can do it. It's a lot of glue, but it's fine. It's fine, chat. Okay, quick fix there, and we'll just hold that for a minute. Well, not a whole minute. We'll hold it for, I don't know, a few seconds, because this stuff sets up quick enough. So, das ist gut. Ja? Ja. Alright, so now we are going to go to, we'll let this paint dry. We'll get back to it in a minute. We are going to work on hanging the gibbet. So, what we want to do, what I want to do, is I want to run this chain over some pulleys back around here so that it goes into the back of this, because, you know, you have to get them in here somehow. So you would lift it up to, you know, the door that isn't here or something, but you would lift it up so you could get it to, I don't know, the top or something, we'll say. It doesn't matter, it's a magic thing, but I just wanted a way to make this chain end somewhere, because just wrapping it around this post didn't seem good to me. So what I thought I would try is make myself some tiny little pulleys. So what we're gonna do, what I've got is just a round dowel, and we're just gonna slice a tiny little end off of it to make a pulley. Okay. See how that did. I mean, the end of that was kind of mush, so let me do another one. It's fine, chat. Don't worry. Alright, that's much better. Alright, so we can put, and we'll want to make these metal, but I can't paint them without them being attached to something, so I'm going to attach it to something. Come on, blob of glue. And this is teeny tiny. All right. Now, do I need another pulley on the end? Yeah, I think so. So we're going to do one on the end to run it over. And we'll put that right here in the corner. Okay. This is a bit of a mess, but it's fine. All right. So I need to straighten this out and clean up this glue. I'll show you here in a second, chat. I'm just cleaning the glue off of this because it's smooshed out. All right, so now I don't know how well you can see that, chat, but on this gibbet hanger we now have two tiny little pulleys. We're just going to run the chain over that. I'm going to drill a little tiny hole in here that's big enough for the chain to go back through, so it looks like it's going inside the tower. And we're going to let that glue dry while we do some other stuff. So, get this out of the way. Oh, wait. Nope, not out of the way. I'm going to do something really... Well, first of all, I'm going to get this out of my way. Jeez, too much stuff. Okay, and then get this out of my way. And then I need some black paint. Just a little bit of black paint. And some water. This doesn't have to be as watered down as the other stuff. I want decent coverage, but we don't want it, you know, just straight out of the bottle, because that's no good. And we're going to paint this, we're going to undercoat this dais, getting it ready to be metal. It already looks much better just being black. How cool is that? Alright, so that'll get metal sized, metallicized. You know what I'm saying, chat. Alright, and then we're gonna do the same thing to these, but I want to let the glue set up real good with those, because that's going to be too easy to knock those off of there and they'll never be seen again. All right, now I've got to do a little work on this bowl, so get the old Dremel out. And I need to flatten the bottom of this bowl out a bit. So I've just got a sanding attachment on here. Put this on low speed. This is just clay. Oop. I just want to give it a... I don't want to take much off. Oi. So we just flatten the bottom of that out a little bit so it'll sit properly. Now, turn. Oh, am I really? Oi. Is that better? You don't want to be in frame. Okay, is that better? Alright, so let's see. Should I make the bowl metallic? I think so. I think I want to make it metallic. So I think I'm going to start with this gunmetal gray, and then we'll highlight it with some silver so that it looks like, and that's what we're going to do to the dais too. So we want this to look like it's kind of built as part of that. No, that's not a good brush for that. That'll work. Alright, so we want this pretty watery, because these aren't mini paints. They don't have the finest pigments in them. So I just realized this was probably going to be easier if I glued it to the dais first and then did this stuff, but I'm kind of derpy, so you know, it's fine. It's fine, chat. Look, we'll touch it up in a little bit. Get the bottom painted, and then I can set it on its little...
Why is that there?
Why is what there?
The wood.
Because the top was boring, so I put wood up there to make it more interesting. You look more boring now. Okay, we're closing in here, chat. We're getting close to done. All right, so I got to be real careful not to knock this thing around. It's going to be a sad day when that gets knocked off. All right, so we are going to go back with our black. That glue hopefully will be set up enough to where I can paint these little things. Sorry if my arm's getting in the way, chat. These are a little hard to get to. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, that wasn't dry. Okay. Frankincense.
It smells like fruity.
You smell like Fruity Pebbles.
So that explains why earlier today I was like, I really want fruity.
Must explain. Oh, jeez. Alright, chat. I was getting impatient and I messed it up.
What you need to go on the camera.
This thing is... The glue was not quite dry. Alright, chat. Alright, we're just going to let that sit, chat. Don't worry. We got other stuff we can do. Kinda. Alright, so the bowl is going to have to get glued on. So we're just going to put a little dab of glue here. No, actually before I do that, I should just go ahead and paint that metal color, because then it'll be easier. Right, chat? Right, Terrainoob? I'm glad you agree, chat. Because whether you agreed or not, that's what I'm gonna do. so now we're on dry time for that before I can glue it. Dang it. We're waiting for these things to dry before I can paint them. So, I think I'm going to do a little more detail work on the roof. Set that aside to do some drying. Get this bowl out of my way. And also I got to get these skulls on the doors. Oh, actually I think I may go ahead and do that. Because reasons. Alright, so I need my little knife. Oh, there it is. Okay. We picked out 2 skulls to go on these doors. So we've got a little tiny human skull. And we've got this big old monstrosity here. I'm trying to get off the sprue. So I went ahead and base coated these things ahead of time. Because trying to paint them off the sprue was going to be a little icky. And we're going to clean these up a bit. Don't worry, I'll show you guys what these look like in a minute. Dude, this is from Citadel's box of skulls. I mean, I just had to have that because I'm always looking for skulls to put on things that I make. And sculpting skulls this small is a real pain. So I went ahead and just spent a little bit of money on a box of 300 skulls so I would never run out. Ever, ever, ever. Okay, so. Oh, gotta clean this one. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And don't worry, chat, we'll be doing some highlighting and stuff on this. But anyway, so we've got this tiny little human skull for one of the doors. And then we've got this weird looking horned monstrosity for the main door. So we're going to pop those on with some super glue. Well, my super glue. Wonder if this one's dried up already. Nope. Well, it's starting to, but it's still fine for now. Put that away before I cut myself. Alright. So, number 1 skull is going to go up here. Yeah? Yeah. Alright. Hopefully this has enough surface area to stick there. Yeah, I think it's got it. Oh, that was nice. Stuck my finger in that. Alright. So that goes on. Hoorah. The door's kind of crooked. But you know what? It's a Pringlemancer, so it's fine, chat. Alright, so the second one is going to be a tiny little detail. In fact, I'm not even sure that it's worth putting it up there because you can't even see it. However, it might be worth putting it up here. As a I don't know, chat. What should I do here? Is that gonna work up there as just kind of some? If I do that though, I might go away, printer. Nobody cares about your status. If I do that though, it may need more. The other alternative is I could put some things. That's gonna be hard to get those in there though. We're not going to put things in the gibbet. That will just be too big of a pain. So I think I may just put that there just to give it a little bit more interest. I don't know. What do you think, chat? I think so, right? And I guess since it's my tower, what I think is what's going to happen. There. We'll call him Bob. This is Bob, everybody. He was the last person to visit our gibbet. He said it was a wonderful stay. He gave it 3 stars on Yelp. Because the Yelp system in my world uses 3 stars. 3 stars is the best you can get on Yelp. Fantasy Yelp. So, it's still wet. Well, wet-ish. This, not quite dry. That one's good, but this one isn't quite good yet. So, all right, we're gonna let things dry there for a minute. We're gonna do some more wash work here on the roof. I need to get some dirt and grime on this. So, what we're gonna do, super glue on my hands. I hate that. That's annoying. Annoying, I say. So let's get these out of the way. I want this same mix. I want to add some more stuff to it though, because I want it to be real light. So I'm going to use the same color. But I want a real light mix of it. Still too dark, so we're going to move some over here. And water it down some more, because I mean I want kind of just a glaze, maybe even a little less than that. So this again is just my flow aid mix, water and flow aid, so that this can get down in all the cracks and crevices. That's better. There we go. That, you see that, chat? All right, so we're just going to give this some brown dirt schmutz on it, but I don't want it everywhere. So, and I want it kind of light. Just want it to look like some dirt has gotten in here, because what happened when the Pringlemancer made this tower, he basically just grew it out of the stone, and when he grew the roof, you know, it's going to come up with some dirt. There's going to be little bits of dirt here and there, and that's why it's got this stone cap on it, because it just kind of grew out of the stone. So, you know, as Pringlemancers are wont to do. So we're just going to dot some dirt around here lightly. Just so we have a little bit of color interest in the roof. So we got some greens in there, but we want some reddish. This brown has a bit of red tint to it. So this is going to give us a good offset color for the greens. And like I said, I want this really thin, because it's more like dirt has just kind of washed down with the rain and stuff, because you know around the Pringlemancer's tower it's always raining and storming, because that's just how it is. So here we go. Yeah, I'm liking how that's coming out and setting off the green. It kind of helps the moss kind of pop out a little bit too. What do you think, chat? Is that working? I'm just kind of dabbing this on, not doing a whole lot, and kind of, because I've got the flow aid in there, I can let it flow a little bit, but I do want to kind of control mostly where the paint goes. That's why I'm kind of dabbing off some of the excess. I don't want to do it like a glaze where I wick off all the water on a paper towel, but hard word to think of, I know, chat, right? But I do want to have some control over it, so I knock off a little bit on the palette so that I can still kind of control it. It doesn't just go completely nuts, but it also has enough to flow a little bit and puddle up and stuff. You know what I'm saying, chat. You know what I'm saying. I don't know. What do you think, chat? Is that working? Is that bringing some good colors in? Also don't want to get it all puddly. I don't want it to look like it's fresh rain. I want it to look like it's just kind of stained goop. And I know the brown looks a little bit bright on here, but acrylic paints dry. When they dry, they're less bright than when they go on wet, so it'll tone down. Don't worry, chat. It's fine, chat. I know you're worrying too much. So I'm just kind of trying to trace some lines down here of stuff that has fallen down, gotten all nasty. I don't want to overdo it, but I do want some visual interest on the roof. So, all right, I think that's good for that. It's just a little bit of stain. We don't want, so I'm just cleaning up any glops that I see that got pooled up, because I don't really want it pooled up. I just want it stained. So man, we've got this stupid hurricane heading our way. It's really screwing up the weekend plans. Hate hurricane season. Pain in the butt. Alright, so that's that. So now I think what I want to do is I want to get some greens in here and kind of highlight this moss a bit to give it a bit of color. So let me, let's see, I'll put some of this stuff away so it's out of the way. Get a couple of greens out of here. Let's see which one of these works best. So I just want to do a bit of moss highlighting, as well as the window and door surrounds need some highlights too. So, okay, this thing is really in my way. You're gonna have to go back here. Alright, so I've just got some greens, and what I'm gonna do, figure out which one of these shades I want to work with. I think this one's gonna bring out the best. With that, I haven't really tried doing this before, so I don't know how well this is going to work. Let me get another palette out here. That one's getting a little, I don't want a bunch of brown in there, so just going to get a little bit of this. This is something new for me, Chad. I'm just going to try this and we'll see how it works. I don't know if this is a thing that is going to work at all. Might work, might suck. So I don't want this too wet. Let's just see. Okay, so just get a little pigment on it because I'm just trying to give it some additional color is all. So I don't want a lot, I just want some variance. Right, and we'll just highlight this like we're highlighting a mini, kind of. Just put it on some of the raised edges, just to give it some highlight. Not too much. Keep it subtle. My brush is getting all full of flock, but it's fine. It's fine, Chad. It's a cheap brush. I don't care. I don't care. And this doesn't have the flow aid in it. I just put water in this because I don't really want it flowing. I just want to dab some on the flock. Get a little bit of it on the flock to get some color. So I think that's going okay. Here, I'll let you take a little bit closer look at it. I mean, it's kind of hard to come across on camera with that stuff because it's a pretty subtle effect, but it's just a bit of highlight. I'll do this on the tower too, just so we have some a little bit more visual interest on it. I'm trying not to knock off too much of the flock. Just kind of dabbing some paint. I mean, the paint is probably, I'm probably about 50-50 mix with paint, so, and water. So I can just kind of lay it on there and I don't have to scrub the brush in. Okay, so I think we're getting close to the end of this. Yeah, alright, so that's good. Alright, so I'm going to call the roof pretty much done once it dries. Alright, so we are going to do a little of this on here, especially with the windows and doors. I need to get some highlights on the windows and doors, so we're going to start with those because they desperately need it. Now I'm not going as careful as I would. Oh geez, that was a mess. Not going as careful as I would on a mini. And I'm also not dry brushing this because I want to get it a little bit heavier and kind of line highlighted. And we're going to get some in the flock. Get this winder. Oh, forgot the sill. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, look.
Was that on the kitchen table?
Island.
Island, yes. Thank you. I got some breakfast, chat. Yummy breakfast. The wifey cooked me some breakfast. Yay. She's good at it. I would cook, except I'm really bad. I might kill somebody. So, she just doesn't let me in the kitchen because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm bad at it. I can burn water. In fact, I have burned water. I know that sounds kind of strange, but if you leave water in a pot too long and it all evaporates, then the pot starts smoking. Yeah, see, I've ruined too many pots and she won't let me in there anymore. And no, it wasn't a purposeful plan, but it probably is better for everybody that she figured that out early. I mean, honestly. And that's not a sexist thing, that's just I can't cook. And me in a kitchen is dangerous. So she does it because she's good at it. My daughters also cook. They like to cook, and one of them made some... Caitlin actually made some macaroons the other day, and oh my god, those were the best cookies I've ever had. That was awesome, and those things are hard to make, I understand. I mean, I don't know because I don't bake. But I've heard that those things are really difficult, and she did an awesome job. They were so good. Alright, so I've got that pretty well done, I think. So we're just doing some final touches here, chat. So now what I'm going to do, as well as eating my breakfast before it gets cold, because it's look what I got here, chat. Look at that. Eggs and bacon and avocado. Yum. How yummy does that look? It's pretty yummy, chat. Alright, so let's get this bowl on here. I think I'm going to use super glue for this because it's so small. There. How's that look, chat? Oh, you can't see it, so you couldn't tell me. There we go. What do you think? So we'll do some detail work on that scrying pool, don't you worry. We're gonna let this dry. In the meantime, we are going to make a mess of my fingers. We're gonna see if we can get this see if we can get these wheels. You know what I'm saying, chat. Get these base coated with the black. Man, those are tiny. Okay, they seem to be sticking okay. All right. So it's those kind of little, I mean, these don't mean much, you know, it's a little tiny piece of wood, but it's those kind of little details that really help a model come to life. This is where, you know, before this it just looked like a bunch of styrene and foam and crap. Now things are starting to come out and look more realistic. So next thing I gotta do, is this big enough? I gotta poke this hole for this chain to go in. So I'm just gonna use a metal file because they're pretty sharp on the end. Should be big enough, I think. So we're going to go right through the wood here. Now I don't want to put my finger behind that. That would be horrible. And I don't have enough pressure on the back to get through it. But if I push on this and go into my finger, I'm going to be a sad, sad person. So maybe that is not a thing we're going to do. And I don't have a pin vise, so I can't really drill that. Not yet, anyway. Something I want to get, but not in the budget right now. So maybe I eat some eggs before they get cold. Yum yum, chat. Alright, so we'll figure out a different way to do this. So, I mean, not different, but a different way to end this. So I'll just be running over there. So I need to chop off a link about here. Alright. Get me my wire cutters. And we're going to chop. This is just a little cheap chain that I found in Michael's or Joanne or something like that. It was on clearance, so I picked it up because you never know when you're going to need some chain. Yeah, that'll work. So we got a good length here, so we want to paint those things. Need that more. Alright, so now we want our metallic paint on there. Hello. Still wet? Not really. We'll fix that. Don't worry, chat. I can fix it. There we go. Told you I could fix it, chat. Alright, so we're just going to pop a little bit of this on here. Okay, and then we're going to highlight with just some sterling silver. We're going to do that on the bowl and on these. Mostly on the bowl. I'm not terribly worried about those. We'll give them a little bit of highlight, but they're so small that... Alright, we're going to use this because that's kind of a mess. Alright, and this I need a smaller brush for. Now, not that small of a brush, it's like a 0. Jeez. An old beat up number. Yeah, this will work. I mean, I could pull out my mini paints, but I don't really think that's necessary. There's certainly going to be a much finer metal, but I don't really think that's all that necessary. So we're just going to kind of edge highlight this a little bit. This paint is really bad. Almost no pigment in this. So we'll just have to build it up, because I really don't want to get my mini paints out for this. It's fine, chat. I think I'm going to highlight these a little bit too. It's working much better on that for some reason. Okay, and then we'll throw a little highlight on these, because why not, right? We're here, might as well. Alright, now the scrying bowl of course has to have water in it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to color the bottom of this bowl so that when we put the water in there, it doesn't look just like clear water. We want it to have some, a little bit of sparkle to it. Alright, so I've got just blue, kind of a dark blue here. This is phthalo blue, of course, because we want a nice dark base for the water. So we're just going to paint that in there. Oh, what was that? Weird blip on the computer. Try to get some of this up here. We're going to go a little lighter towards the top, but we want to get a good cover on the bottom. And so I'm going to do this kind of turquoise towards the top, and we want to, It's okay that this is still wet because we want to blend it a little bit towards the edges, so wet is fine. I'm not going to wait for blue paint to dry. Okay. We've got a nice little blue pooly color in there. And then something I was thinking about was putting this sapphire color in there because we've got that on the doorknobs. And I also thought it would be kind of cool to have kind of that sparkle in the water. I don't know. I don't know, chat. We'll give it a shot. Maybe it'll be horrible. Maybe it'll be awesome. But we'll never find out if we don't try. Because this is actually a metallic paint, so just put a little bit in there and we'll see how it turns out with the water effects over it. Alright, so we're going to let that dry. That seems to be nice swirly water with lots of colors. I'm kind of liking how that came out. Let me go back in on the eggs, chat. Almost drank my paint water again. That would suck. Alright, so now the only things left to do is to get the water effects in there, and I'm just going to use, I'm not sure which one of these is better to use, the ripples or the waves. I think the waves, because I just want it kind of bumpy, like it's a little disturbed. I've never actually used either one of these before, so I'm not sure these things, the Woodland Scenics, ripples and waves. I don't really know how they act. I'm thinking the waves is going to be a little less nutty. I think it's the same stuff, it's just different thicknesses of it. But we need to, well, actually, you know what? Alright, I may be getting ready to screw this up, chat, but who cares, right? Let's just drop some of this in there and see what happens, because if it gets mixed with the blue, that's okay. So this is pretty jelly. Not like jealous, but like made of gel. Gel-like. Ooh, yeah, it's sucking up that paint. Which I suppose is kind of cool. Just let it find some level in there, and then once it starts drying a little bit, we'll tease it up. But yeah, I'm kind of liking that. I don't know if I should have probably not put that in my paint water, but what are you gonna do, right? Wasn't thinking, but it's fine. It's fine, chat. Don't worry about it. So we'll let that set up a little bit. I think that's how you're supposed to use it, and then we can tease it up, because right now it's just kind of finding level. So I don't know, I think that's looking pretty good. A nice little sparkling blue, deep blue pool. And then we'll put some wave on the top of it. Alright, so now we gotta hang this gibbet. And I think we're gonna have to do that with super glue. So, first we're gonna put some here. And then I'm gonna have to figure out how oh, this could be a problem. What I need is tweezers, but I don't have those, so what I've got is, which way does this need to hang? It needs to hang that way. Come on now. It's going to be a bit of a challenge here. Okay. So we'll let this set up for a second. No. Dang it. Thought it was there. It wasn't there. Bah. This is not easy. Not easy at all, chat. Yeah, definitely need tweezers. It's alright, we'll get it, chat. Don't worry. Not sure the tweezers would even hold this well enough. Oh my good grief. Alright. There we go. We're getting it, Chad, don't worry. There. Alright. Stick this in here. See if we can get it to dry. There we go. How exciting is this, chat? Watching me hold a chain to a piece of super glue. It's awesome, isn't it? Alright. Then we'll get a dot here. And carefully, that wasn't careful. lay it over there. This will be much easier. There we go. Okay. And we'll put little dots of super glue along here just to kind of help hold it better. Yeah. Little tiny dots. Okay. So there's the gibbet hanging. I can't tilt this because I gotta wait for this stuff to dry. Right? But we got the gibbet hung. We got this all painted. We got the roof done. Right? We got some more visual interest on the sides here. And I think hold on 1 second, chat. Gotta get me a mini so we can see. All right. So let's see how the Pringlemancer looks standing up on his scrying in the scrying pool. Look at that. This is working pretty well. That stuff dry. All right, so let's see if we can tease a little bit of do kind of a spiral here. I don't think it's quite stiff enough yet. Yeah, that stuff definitely not stiff enough yet. It's still a loose gel. It's not holding shape quite yet. But I think we are down to pretty much done. I mean, I'll tease this up a little bit. When it dries enough, I'll tease up that just some disturbance in the water there. And I'll glue the roof on. And the Pringlemancer tower is complete. Hooray! So the Pringlemancer gets his keys and he moves in today. So that's all of that. Hey, thanks guys for hanging with me all these weeks to get this project done. I know it was a long one. I'll put some good pics up on Facebook of the final thing after I get the thing teased and make sure there's no little highlighting bits I want to do. But at this point, it's pretty much complete. It's got everything I wanted on it. It's got all of the visual interest I was wanting to have. So I'm pretty happy with how that came out. And I hope you are too. I hope you guys had fun with this. I know that I did. And I will be back next week. I think I'm going to work on a much smaller project. We're going to do some magic markers for the minis for our upcoming campaign. Because, you know, we have a Wizzy. So they blow things up and we need markers for that. So I'm going to see if I can do some cool markers for the magic-y stuff. Anyway, Hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to follow, like, subscribe, mash all the buttons, ding all the bells so you get all the notifications. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And until next time, build on.